All right, so probably one of the most common questions I get regarding our supplements is, well, of course, people ask, do you use the supplements? Of course I use the supplements. It was one of the main things when I came to Redcon with Aaron is that, I wanted to be behind a company and make products that I actually believed in and could use. So, yes, I use the products. But how do I use the products around my workout? Pre, intra, post training. What products do I use? How do I use them? Reasonings, things like that. That's one of the most common questions I get at seminars, Q&As, and just online in general. So I want to take a minute and go over that with you guys. So the first thing I do is, first off, let me say that there's two ways to go about this for me. And I have two combinations I use, and I will walk you through both of them, being as how I train twice a day. Just sometimes I like to swap it up. Both are very effective. So primarily the way I would do this is pre-workout. With my pre-workout meal, I would have a heavy carb meal. So first thing I'm gonna do leading into training is I'm gonna take one serving of RPG. That's 4 capsules of RPG. RPG is our glucose disposal agent. There's plenty of information and videos out there on exactly what it does and how it works. I've done some before. But to sum it up, basically, this is going to help all the carbohydrates that I consume pre-workout and intra-workout and even into post-workout be shuttled most efficiently into the muscle cells to do their job as fuel and rebuilding and energy sources. So, RPG with my pre-workout meal. Then, I'm going to wait about an hour before I start mixing up my pre-workout concoctions. I like to train about an hour and a half after eating my meal. So about an hour after that, I will start mixing up now these flavors are I just grab stuff from the back. Now obviously you can mix and match the flavors to make them more suitable. But I will start mixing up my Total War. I do 1 heaping scoop of Total War. It could pretty much be equivalent to 1.5, but 1 heaping scoop or 1.5, however you want to say it, of Total War. Obviously, this is our kick-ass pre-workout. Everybody knows about Total War. If you don't, the best way to educate yourself on Total War is try it, and it will change your workouts, I can promise you. So, Total War, pre. Also with my Total War, I'm going to do 1 scoop of Breach. Now, Breach is our branched-chain amino supplement. Breach also has glycerol and some electrolytes and other coconut water powder and things to help, keep you hydrated and keep the muscles hydrated during training. Along with those two, I'm going to do 2 scoops of our cluster bomb. Now, this is a branched chain cyclodextrin carbohydrate supplement. I love cluster bomb. It was actually, originally Aaron had an idea for another carbohydrate source. I've chose this particular carbohydrate source because this is what I like. And it works really, really well. It's a very fast acting carbohydrate. So very fast digesting carbohydrate. So I mix 2 cluster bomb with 1 Breach and 1 Total War, and that's pre-workout. Now, there is another way to do it, and that's what I'm going to walk you through. The other way to do it is you can go Mental Trigger, which is also one of my favorite products that we make. Mental Trigger is a nootropic product, which is basically just strictly mental focus. It's not really stimulant based or jittery energy, but it's pure focus, and it's an amazing product. If you haven't tried, try it. So I'll do 4 caps of Mental Trigger. The recommended servings 3. I do 4. To each their own. But anyways, I'll do 4 caps of Mental Trigger with 1.5 scoops of Big Noise. Big Noise is our pump formula. It's not really stimulants in it. But once again, it's loaded with tons of things to help you stay pumped, get pumped, and maintain strength throughout the workout. So that's another combo I'll use along with the Cluster Bomb and the Breach again. So basically what I'm doing is I'm pairing these 2 in place of the Total War. You could try it both ways. You might like it one way more than the other, and depending on how late you train, it might work out. How late or early you train in the day, one might work better for you as far as keeping you awake at night versus not. So give them a try. Now, on to the intra workout. Intro to training, nutrition is very, very key. It's something that's come along in the last few years that people have really kind of jumped on the bandwagon of. While I do think people overcomplicate it, it is key. So what I'll do is I will take another 2 scoops of breach, which is 50 carbohydrates. I will take 2 scoops of cluster bomb. 2 scoops of cluster bomb, which is another 50 carbohydrates. 2 scoops of breach, and a scoop of our new creatine formula, Tango. So this is what I will sip on, and I will mix it with a big, liter and a half jug of water and sip it through the entire duration of training. This is obviously just, keep you fueled, give the muscles something in the branch chains. And obviously creatine has its purposes. Everybody knows it's well documented. It's one of the most documented and researched supplements there is out there. So those 3 during the workout. Now, post-workout, this is one a lot of people want to know about. For post-workout, again, I will come in with another serving of RPG. And along with that, I'm going to do not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 scoops of cluster bomb. So that's 100 carbohydrates. Then I'm also going to come in with another 2 scoops of breach, which, branch chains, I really just don't think you can get enough of, to be honest. So this is going to be my post-workout concoction right here. Now, from here, I will wait about an hour, and then I will have a large meal of maybe cream of rice or, rice cakes, but normally cream of rice with honey because it's easier getting carbohydrates, with 3 scoops of our isotope, which I didn't grab from the back, but isotope is our whey isolate protein. So this is immediately post-workout, then wait an hour, have another whole carbohydrate source with 3 scoops of isotope. So that pretty much sums up, pre, intra, and post-training supplementation for me. If you have any questions, feel free to comment on the video. We'll maybe try to get back to you. But this is hopefully something that can help you guys out. Now, obviously, you guys don't need 2 scoops of breach pre, 2 scoops of breach during, and 4 scoops post. That's 200 carbohydrates. That might be excessive for most people out there. Now, I'm also 320 pounds, so it's a little different for me. But same with the breach, the cluster bomb, the breach. You might not need as many scoops per workout, but hopefully that gives you an idea of, because there's a lot of products we have. I think there's some confusion about how they all play a role. So hopefully that gives you an idea of kind of how everything plays together and can be used to most effectively benefit your training. So until next time, guys, thank you.